It seems like there's a lot of different things in this amendment. Is it my understanding, am I right, that should there only be one? I know it all kind of pertains to the same thing, but it seems like, because there's a lot of different things that maybe people agree with and don't agree with, and maybe it should be separated. I know you've only got 3 put on the ballot, but could it have been separated out differently to where more essential things would have, had a better chance?
I think there's been a lawsuit done regarding that.
There is a lawsuit.
Courts are going to decide that, but if you just put up something in that said corporations can't make donations, it would not have passed. If you put in a provision there that just said no gifts, it would not have passed. If you put in a provision in there that said 6-year term limits for House, 8 years for the Senate, it would not have passed.
Why not? It did once before.
Because I ain't going to agree. Because I'm not going to agree to all that.
Now, the public could take these and use them as a ballot initiative on their own, could they?
Yeah.
So that's.
So what happens, I mean, you being an attorney, since there's a lawsuit against this ballot issue, would it still be put on the ballot in November, or would that, and voted on, and then the outcome of that?
The court can rule 2 things. It can report it's a legal amendment. If they say it is a legal amendment, it goes on the ballot, gets voted on, and the votes get counted. If they say it's illegal, it gets put on the ballot, it gets voted on, but the ballots are not counted.
Yeah, the lawsuit stated. Yeah, I heard the lawsuit stated that they're not going to count signatures for votes for or against it. It'll just be invalidated. I think that may have been done with one of the Nancy Todd casino ones. I think it may have got on. It was on the ballot, but some people voted for it, and it didn't matter.
Well, the cost of reprinting all the ballots and redoing them.
Yeah. Also, it is 7. It's when were you supposed to begin?
There's something in there that everybody likes, and there's something in there that
7 or
everybody
4.
hates.
I don't know. The thing says 7, so I don't know what.
I know I should know
I don't
this,
know.
but, okay, currently, just refresh me, what is the term limits now, and how many terms are they allowed?
In the House, you may serve 3 2-year terms, 6 years. In the Senate, you may serve 2 4-year terms. If it comes up, there's one point right there, right after the census, where they draw for ballots, you can possibly get an additional 2-year term in the Senate. So, like from the first part of the decade, 2000, 2010, 2020, some of them are going to get a 2-year term, and they could serve 2 years plus 2 full. So it's technically possible to serve 10, but only a third of them can do that.
Okay, and you want it to be
Just serve 14 or 16.
16?
16.
It says something about 16, I just writing it down.
I got it right here.
There's too many different things in it.
That's the problem. That's the problem with this. Is nobody's people gonna read it.
Right.
They just
On
can't.
page 23.
That's their plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why it couldn't be done.
In essence, it just caps the 16 years, which could occur right now. Right, so,
Right, where you can serve 16 in the House and 16 in the Senate. It doesn't differentiate between the 2.
oh, I see.
You don't have to go from the House.
You don't have to go to the House and the Senate, but you can stay 16 years in the House or 16 years in the Senate. Whereas now, you have to
You have to
only
serve
serve 6 or 8.
Or with an addition to the
Big no from me.
Section 16.
This is one of the things I fear is voters are going to try to have to read this, and they're going to it's going to make voting lines really curious. I mean, you're elected. I mean, an average voter is going to have, yeah.
Really curious to see how this language.
I don't read it all.
16.
I'm almost worried that they are, and then it's going to hold up the voting.
Oh, they'll read the
You get a tape.
I've not seen
yes.
I've not seen the ballot numbers, so I don't know. I don't think it's been crafted yet.
I think it's page 16, line 30, 1 and 32.
Yeah, I was trying to remember how to read it. You know, page 17, you could.
Okay, so it's state legislatures haven't
So
been
16
doing
years.
this. Let's see, hour.
I know they talked about that, and one time they talked about
I'm gonna
12,
put it
another time they
hours.
talked about 14, and the way it came out 16. I don't try to remember anything, so I got
So
back and
sixteen
forth.
years is what, so if I vote in somebody, they're in there for 16 years.
Still have a standing election every 2 years. In the House, you have 4 years in the Senate.
But the total length of time you could be in office would be 16 years. But you still have your elections, you still have to continue to be elected.
So your concern about having to do that every 2 years is still a concern. That hasn't been changed to a longer term.
No, no, the term limit is still there. The number of terms that you could serve if this amendment passes goes from 6 to 16 in the House and from 8 to 16 in the Senate.
Well, ideally, if you were sorry legislator or senator, you should get,
You should get out.
lose.
We had some people, we had some first termers voted out.